Welcome to a new video. My name is Pia. I'm an astrologer and manifestation coach. And in today's video, I'm going to break down what I believe is the manifestation formula that I especially use when it comes to manifesting beautiful spaces, manifesting beautiful homes. And this is actually also the area that I feel like the most ease with, and that's why I kind of like analyzed what I'm doing in this area of my life so that I can also translate it to other areas. And I just want to share it with you so that you also maybe take something with you that might help you to manifest in an area that it's maybe a little bit more difficult for you to manifest. Um, so I am quickly going into why I believe that it's very easy for me to manifest in the home department area. And then I'm going to break down all the steps that I believe are required to manifest with ease. So I am now sitting in my new room. I actually moved very recently. It's a beautiful room. It's a old style kind of room. It's very cozy. I love it. You only see a part of it, but yeah, I just really love it. And I actually got this room within just a few days. The only action that I actually took was that I emailed a guy who, does a newsletter where people can basically share what they are searching for or share what they are offering. And I just shared what I'm searching for. I sent this guy my search requirements. And then after a few days, there was this girl reaching out to me and telling me that she has something for me that I might like. I went to see the room and it was perfect. And now I'm here, and this was actually the manifestation process. So it took me, as I said, like 2 days to manifest this beautiful room. And this was always the case for me whenever I was searching for a room, whenever I needed a home. The interesting thing was always that I was also calling in not only beautiful places, but places that I felt very at home in. And the people that I was living with, were always people that felt like kind of sisters to me. So it was always very, from the get-go, I felt very, yeah, very at home. The vibe was always great. Also, especially the energy of the last apartment that I was in was so beautiful. Also, this apartment is so, so beautiful. And I just always felt very taken care of, in the sense in the sense that the universe is taking care of me and is providing me with the best places. Um, so that was actually the reason why I decided to do this video, because I realized that it's not like that for everybody. There are people who have very hard time with manifesting beautiful homes. And because it's so easy for me, I was like, okay, maybe there's something in this manifestation process. Maybe there's something that I can actually share that is of value to you. And my intention with sharing this, especially, is to to break it down for you so that you can not only manifest beautiful homes, but also manifest in other areas of your life where you have maybe difficulties. And this is the area in my life where it feels most easy for me to manifest, but that doesn't mean that I'm perfect in manifesting. That doesn't mean that it's like that in every area of my life. I just wanted to do this disclaimer because sometimes it can seem that people out there on the internet, they have it all together and they know how it's done, but we are all like learning and on our own journeys. And I think it's so beautiful that we can help each other out in different kind of ways. And so I just want to make it clear that that it's not in every area of my life that I'm perfectly manifesting. Um, but I think it's very interesting for you to know what the steps are so that you might also can translate it to other areas of your life. So before I'm going into the formula, I just wanted to share with you that I am currently also offering coachings, long-term coachings. So you have 1 or 2 sessions per month with me. And what I do most of the time is that I'm working with you on your self-concept, very much focused on, me helping you to become the version of yourself that feels really empowered, that feels really confident, that feels really good within herself, and that has a very loving relationship to herself. That's actually my main work. And if you are interested in doing a coaching with me, then you can reach out to me either on Instagram. I'm putting the Instagram account in the description box, or you can send me an email to piakoban@gmail.com. And, I can give you more details on the coaching. But I'm really so excited to work with people on self-concept because it's something that I've been working on for the past years. And I've seen so many beautiful shifts in my life because I was focusing on myself and I was focusing on how my relationship with myself is and how I can actually improve it. So let's get into the video now. So the first thing that I believe is important is to have this knowing within yourself that it's actually easy for you, that there is a possibility, that there is a possible version of you that actually has it easy to manifest in that area of your life. When I'm thinking about my home manifestations, I always had this belief that it's easy for me to manifest beautiful homes. I had so many beautiful experiences that were backing up that belief. And so there was almost no doubt for me that it's actually easy for me to manifest, even though I might not be in the best position when it comes to the home and housing market because I have a dog. I'm self-employed. So these are all like, these might be reasons for other people to say that it's actually not easy, but I never had an experience, or I have very little experiences of, that it's hard for me to find a beautiful home. So these doubts were never in my mind, or I disregarded them very, very fast if they would come up. And actually, that's already the second point that I wanted to make. But the first thing that I think is very important is that you have this knowing, this inner knowing, that there is this possibility within you, that there is this version within you that actually manifests easily in that kind of area. So you have to kind of like train yourself and practice yourself being in that knowingness of ease in the manifestation process when it comes to that area. And the way you're doing it is by repetition, over and over telling yourself that it's easy for you to manifest in that area, and going into the feeling of how would it actually feel if I knew it was easy for me to manifest in that specific area in my life. How would it feel? How would the version of myself feel? The second thing I was already mentioning a little bit is to disregard doubts that are coming up in the manifestation process, even with me when it comes to my home manifestations. Obviously, there are coming up sometimes doubts, but I am so good with disregarding them. I'm so good with negating them because I have this strong inner sense that it's easy for me. So whenever somebody was telling me, but okay, you are searching an old style house room, and it should be in the center, and people should be dog friendly, and um, it should be very light, and it should be decent, in a decent area, you know. Those are all kinds of requirements that some people might feel like, oh, it's actually hard to find. But for me, even when people were telling me that they think it's hard to find, I was in my mind, I was disregarding it. I was always sticking to my belief that it's actually easy for me. So whenever there are doubts coming up in your manifestation process, know that it's okay that those doubts are coming up. It's not wrong that those doubts are coming up. It's actually very natural. The most important part is that you don't take them too seriously, that you don't give so much meaning to them, that you don't make them more important than they actually are, because they are only thoughts. And I have to say, with this point, sometimes it's more difficult to let go of these doubts and to not give them importance. And always, when you feel it's more difficult, it can be that there is an emotional baggage attached, especially when it comes to very emotionally heavy topics, like, for example, money. In the post manifestation process, we have to also release some of the old emotions that were created through past experiences. And the manifestation process will help you to, bring them up. So that's why it is so important to allow yourself to feel whatever wants to be felt. Know that it's natural for them to come up. And second of all, that you don't give them so much meaning. You know, most people are actually, I think, having troubles when it comes to their emotions, because they give them the meaning that there is something wrong with themselves, or that there's something wrong with what they are doing in the manifestation process. So the third thing is that you are making sure that you are clear on what you want, that you are having like a clear vision. So for me, there are, in the manifestation process, in the home manifestation process, there are some non-negotiables that they are just non-negotiable, you know. I want an old style house because I just love the feeling. I just love the style. I want to feel at home in the place, and I want to have a beautiful get togetherness, especially when I'm living in a room with people together in a house. I want to feel like there is a good connection between us. I want to feel like, okay, this is actually a person that I like to live with. Um, I want them to also be dog friendly, open to dogs, because obviously my dog is very dear to my heart, and I want people to, they don't need to necessarily love dogs, but they need to be okay with the dog living there. And obviously, that's already um, clear if they are like inviting me. I always say that first, that I have a dog. It's clear that if they are inviting me, that they actually okay with that. So, and another thing that I also want is like light. As you know, I'm doing all of these videos. I am very much dependent on good light. So that's also something that is a non-negotiable for me. And it's also non-negotiable for me that the area which I'm living in is in the center. So I was very clear on, or center, or very close to the city. So it was very clear for me what I want. And as soon as an offer comes in, or as soon as somebody is like sharing something with me that doesn't have those non-negotiables, I'm not settling for less. I think the main reason why people are settling for less in the manifestation process is because they either think it's not possible, so they don't have the faith in the universe, in a higher power, or they think they are not deserving of what they desire. They think they are not deserving of having that beautiful home. So they're settling for less understand that and they think, oh, I actually have to take this now because it's kind of a good offer. It's not actually what I want, but I'm still settling for it because who knows when the next offer is coming in, you know? And I know that to be a very, very important part in the manifestation process, that it's very important for you to know what you want and that you are not settling for less, that you are not saying yes to something that actually doesn't feel right to you just because you believe that it's not possible for you. And with that, you are training your nervous system that you are actually trusting that there's something better coming for you, that there is actually something out there that actually fits your requirements. You are giving this message to the universe, or you are giving that message actually to yourself that you trust in your own desires, that you trust in what you want, and that creates trust within you. That creates a kind of safety feeling within you that also then makes it more easy for you to manifest your desires. So being very clear on what you want and not settling for less than you desire is the third part. So the fourth part is I'm making sure that I'm not in a desperate energy when it comes to my manifestations. And I'm giving you a few examples. So for example, with this room, my let's say bigger manifestation is actually to manifest an apartment for myself that has those requirements in Munich. But because I had a little bit of a time pressure when it comes to my home, I knew it is easier for me to manifest rooms. So I was first going for the room, and now I have enough time to actually go for my bigger manifestation, to actually go for the apartment. So that might seem a little bit contradictory to what I just said with the settling, but it's not, because I am strategically making sure that I am in the best energy to manifest that thing that I actually want. So I'm now going for the room because I need a room. I just need that right now. You know, I need a home in Munich. I'm going for the room because I know it's so much easier for me, because I know I have so much experience with that already. And now I have actually enough time to manifest my bigger goal, and I'm not in a needy energy. I'm not in a desperate energy. Or with money, for example. So I have my business for the past 5 to 6 years, and I have manifested really great money in my business. I could live from my business. It was actually at some point I even earned more than in my well-paid job before that. But there were also always like dips in the journey. And I didn't want to be in a place with my business anymore where I felt like I need to sell, because I believe that the people that I'm serving, they really feel that. And I also don't want to feel that within myself, that I need to make money from the thing that is so dear to my heart. And I didn't want to be in a desperate energy when it comes to my business. So that's why I actually decided to go for the side job, so that I have everything, all the fixed costs are now like, covered. And whatever I earn on top is just the cherry on the cake. And I actually can enjoy, doing my work in my business. I have actually the best side job. That was another great manifestation that took me like, I think from the decision to actually receiving that job, it took me maybe like 2 weeks or something. So it was insane. And I really love my job. I am with the most beautiful people. I am in such a great environment that was a non-negotiable for me. I always wanted to be in a job that is where the people are really, really kind and nice to each other. because I had past experiences where this was not the case. So that was a very big non-negotiable for me. Another non-negotiable with the job was that it needs to be something that is so easy for me to do that it doesn't need any mental energy from me. So that I can pull all the mental energy into my business and can be creative in my business while having a side job that is actually very easy for me to do. And I can even work on my business while I'm doing my side job. So it's like the perfect match for me. And I'm so grateful that I have that job now. But yeah, it definitely took a little bit going out of my comfort zone in the beginning because I'm so used to working for myself. I'm so used to not having to report to anybody. So in the beginning, it was definitely a little bit of a leap of faith, but I'm so glad that I did it. And I know now why I needed to do it because now I'm in such a relaxed energy when it comes to my business. I'm actually able to do the thing that I wanted to do for a long time, these YouTube videos, but I somehow always like blocked myself a little bit because I knew that I had to first, build a community before I was able to really monetize on my YouTube channel and have a great income from my YouTube channel. So I knew that it would take me a little bit of time. And now with the side job, it's actually perfect because I have I just can do what I love, and at the same time I'm like safe with my money and I don't need to worry about it. So that's what I mean with you don't want to be in a desperate energy. You don't want to need that thing. And then it's so much easier for you to manifest. All right, let's go to the next point. Okay, so the fifth point is trust, even when things are not working out the way you want, seemingly. So there was one moment in last year actually when I had to move very quickly out of an apartment that I was living in, and I had to find something very fast. And because I had to find something very fast, I actually decided on a room that was not fitting my usual requirements, but somehow I knew there was something else why I needed to go to this place. There was this intuition within me that was like very loud and was saying like, you have to move to this place now, even though it doesn't fit your requirements. So sometimes, trust your intuition, and that is also maybe a little bit negating the part before where I was talking about, the non-negotiables. But if there is like an intuitive feeling, and if it's really coming from your intuition, not your lack of self-worth or your confidence within your manifestation process, but there is an intuitive knowing that even if that room or that choice is not really the choice that you actually would go for, still trust that if you intuitively intuitively feel that there is something there for you, still go for it. That's also what I wanted to say, because I actually moved to this place that didn't really fit my usual requirements. But there was something happening while I was living there that was very significant and was actually very divinely guided. And without going into specifics, I knew in this moment that I had to move to that room in that area that I was actually not wanting to move to. But I had to move to this room because there was something else happening that I couldn't foresee. And that was actually to my benefit. So I was happy in the end that I took that room and I didn't hold on to my non-negotiables, you know? So I also really want to make that clear, even though these steps I think are very important. What's more important is that you trust your intuition. The last thing is actually the most important one, I believe, and it's gratitude. Gratitude is the shortcut to your desires because whatever you appreciate in your life, whatever you are grateful for, is coming more into your life. So that means, for me, it was actually specifically easy to be grateful for my home environment because I also, in my childhood especially, had this inner feeling of not belonging and not feeling at home in my home. So when I was actually older, and I actually had beautiful experiences where I actually felt at home in my home, I could appreciate it so much more. I just value beautiful spaces so much. I just am the kind of person that really wants to have it cozy and beautiful at home. And that's why I'm also appreciating it so much. And I think I just developed that deep sense of gratitude when it comes to my home environment. And I believe it's why I am so good with manifesting in the home department. So, gratitude is actually, I think, the most important one. And it's, especially if you are manifesting in an area where you maybe have very little of what you desire. For example, you desire more money and you are currently at a state in your life where you have very little money, still try to find gratitude in what you have, because probably if you are sitting here watching me on your laptop, you at least have a laptop, you are in probably a nice home, you're probably in a nice room, or like at least have a roof over your head. So appreciate those little things because there are people out there who have way less than you. And by, focusing your attention on the things that you already have, being grateful for what you already have, you actually signal to the universe that you are ready to receive more of it because you always receive what you are. You're not receiving what you want, you receive what you are. So if you are abundance, you receive more abundance. If you are grateful for the things you have in your life, you receive more things in your life that you can be grateful for. Like really gratitude is like the key to manifesting easily. All right, loves, I hope this video was helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you made it until the end. Maybe give me a crown in the comments if you made it until the end. As I said, reach out to me if you need some, guidance in your manifestation process. And without further ado, I would say I wrap up this video. I'm so happy that you are here and I am so excited for the next one. Bye, loves. See you soon.